got into helium mining, we were alone. There was no one around us. People said you couldn't do it. People said I was crazy. People said I was going to make absolutely nothing. But we've proven them wrong, so stay tuned.
Nerdy dude stuff.
For those of you keeping track at home, today's beer of the day is brought to you by Wiley Roots Brewing Company out of Greeley, Colorado. This is called the Tropical Spots Double Milkshake IPA with guava and dragon fruit. And I have to say, this is incredibly delicious with a great change of pace from your typical orange, pineapple, and guava double IPAs to a guava and passion fruit / dragon fruit IPA with that very creamy, milky finish. You know, normally you get scared off by the sound of a milkshake IPA hops, but this is incredibly juicy, incredibly creamy with a little bit of hops kick, and it goes down so smooth. Great chuggability, great aromatics. This one's probably a 9.5 out of 10. Cheers to you guys.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about helium mining, and that's about it. If this is your first time on the channel, please take a moment to consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell notification as we post videos weekly, and we do a stream every single Monday around 2 p.m. Eastern in regards to helium, antenna placement, and what might work best for your area. We talk a little bit about my placement here, but we're going to do a big video about that today because we kind of glossed over it in the last stream, and I really wanted to showcase some of the growth and the potential that the helium network has, especially when you start off very small in a secluded area, very similar to what I did. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. I guess it helps the YouTube algorithm, and it really helps my channel go. So with that said, we are going to jump over. We have some serious growth with helium. Yes, we do have a Bobcat. We have 2 Bobcat miners. We do have 1 mile site coming in that we're probably going to adjust and put in a more populated area, because as of right now, our Bobcat miners, every time there's an OTA update, they go down for a little bit, and I can really feel the impact on that. But they do bounce back very nice. It just feels like the Bobcats are a little bit more on the downside than they are when they're up and mining. But you'll see that in the results in what I show. We're going to go over my exact 2 setups and the growth that we've seen in the area, and then just kind of touch base on where we're moving our helium because we're in some really exciting times. So a lot of good information. Questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me on Telegram, Twitter, or Discord, or leave a comment below. If I don't respond, I've kind of fallen behind on some comments in the past 3 videos, so I do apologize. I am going to try to catch up and keep going from there. But let's just jump right over and take a look at everything on the screen, shall we? So as a refresher for everyone then, or for the first time viewers, this is my exact setup right now with what I'm going to be getting, and I'm going to show you the Explorer here in a moment and what everything looks like around me. But as of right now, we have 2 Bobcat 300 miners. We have one here at this house, and then we have one about 2 kilometers up the road at my in-laws' house. The one at this house has an antenna. We do have a 5.8 fiberglass antenna from Rack. If you want to purchase all this crap, links in the description. We have this antenna inside of our attic, 8 meters up in the air. It is being powered. I shouldn't say powered. There is a 25-foot LMR 400 coax cable that I purchased from usacoax.com, running it from the Bobcat to the antenna. There's only a 1.1 dBi signal loss with that antenna, with that cable, so we're very comfortable with that. That's what I would recommend. If you guys have some serious signal loss and you're not getting what you think you're getting, it might be the cable that you're running, and I definitely recommend going to usacoax.com. No affiliate bonus or anything there, but I just recommend that. And then at my in-laws' house, again, same miner, Bobcat 300 with a 5.8 dBi antenna with a 25-foot cable. And this one is actually outside. This is about 3 to 5 meters in the air. Outside, it's about 3 meters, but it's 3 meters in the air outside on a satellite extension pole, pumping out signal as well. And that also has the 5.8, and we will show that here on the map. Now, the next miner that we're getting, we are going to have an unboxing video, hopefully by the end of the month, with our MileSite IoT UG65 miner. I just wanted to give a quick update on this because you can still get them on HeliumMart, and they just started accepting crypto. So if you go on there, you can use it through Coinbase or with your credit card or a bank transfer. They have a very limited supply remaining, and they will be getting these until late January before the next batch and supply come in. If you've already ordered when you first got it started, then you would have like the end of November you should see one, then December you should see one, and then January will be the last of this first round of their stock. Use the code NerdyDudeStuff in the description below to save yourself a little bit of a percentage off of one of these. I also wanted to highlight this because This price is going to go up on Sunday, so this is going to be your last chance to get them for the lower prices before the price increase based on MileSite increasing their price and the supply and demand, blah, 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 blah. But anywho, we're going to be having one of these, and we're probably going to be putting it at this house and then moving my Bobcat to my best friend's house, or so we're close. But we are also thinking about putting on this antenna, the 8.0 dBi antenna, onto the MileSite, and of course with a LMR 400 from USA Coax. But we're thinking about putting that on as well, just so then we'll have 3 in our network, and we are trying different antennas, and we can bring them to you guys. So very, very excited to try that out. Again, link in the description. Use code NerdyDudeStuff to buy one of those. Also with MileSite, they have been listed on helium.com. If you scroll down, you can find it right here. So we are officially go, and very excited for that. So now looking at the price of helium, and this is why this is exciting times, because my network has finally started growing. We're seeing a better influx of rewards and mining rates, and helium's now sitting at $36.50. So that makes me really happy that we're looking at this price increase, because we were able to lock away 21 helium over here on our helium staking. If you want to join that, link for that in the description as well. Man, I'm like an infomercial today. Buy, sell, buy, buy, buy. But we're glad we locked away 21 helium over here. We've earned ourselves about we put in 18 and then, so we're just going to go with the price right now and say, what was it? 21 helium times 36.50, which is very exciting, times 36.50. So we have $766 worth of helium just sitting over here staking. And with that price increase, with our initial setup that we did, we'll just go up to our network now and start talking about this. With our initial setup, we pretty much spent about $1,200, $1,300 with our cables, with our trial and error, with our miners to get everything going, so on and so forth. And we already have our 21 helium sitting there. Plus, we have another $272.18 of helium sitting over here. So we are just shy of breaking even and pretty much now being in pure profit on our helium miners, which is exciting times. Now, looking at my setup, if you guys have been on this adventure with me pretty much since day one, I would love to go back and showcase maybe in a stream my very first helium mining video, because when we first started, my network was only, I'm going to draw it on screen here since I did this on the stream, and I love doing these drawings. This is my miner right here, and this is my miner right here. And do I have the rest of them? Yeah. And so when I first started a little bit ago, the only other miners that were there were right here. And so they started the same time that I did. But now look at this network, and I'm very, very excited by this. And it's also intriguing to see, it looks like we have some miners that are onboarding in these hexes here, because we've got 2, 3, and then 2. So it looks like someone else is taking over the area. But now that we have all these miners around, and I do talk to the one guy that has his miner here, you could see a difference in our, let's go to our 30 days here. So once these miners all started getting online, and after our OTA crap that we had the issues with, we started seeing a massive bump with our highest day yet. We had 1.23 on one day, and then we had 1.23 2 days ago, and then we had 1.15 helium yesterday, which is exciting. And then right now we're on track at 0.66 with rewards constantly flowing in. And a really cool thing that I wanted to showcase as well is that our idiot brother helium miner, which we've had the most issues with, Sour Walnut Goat, was always sitting at 4 helium in a 30-day time frame. And now we are finally getting ourselves closer to that 10 helium that I say, if your miner gets 10 helium in 30 days, that's a successful setup. And we're finally getting this one up there. And you can see now, I don't know why it's not pinging back and forth between mine up here, because it hasn't done that recently, but you could see this one's starting to ping. And with this little addition of these miners back here, this growth in my network, you could see the difference. And this one's the smaller, lower antenna, whereas this big Mac Daddy, and this one's getting back to 10 because it's gone down twice with the OTA updates. And then the other day we had a big power flicker here and it fell behind, and I couldn't fast sync it because it wasn't going. But you could see this one with its 8 meters in the air is hitting a lot more helium hotspots. But I think with my internet issues right now, with whatever's going on, it's not getting as many beacons as getting sent out, but it's getting the line of sight and the witnesses and the challenge and the ideal things that we're looking for because of that placement. And it's very, very interesting to see. There's something here, but not. So maybe this guy is really there and not. So let's see if he's witnessing me. Let's see. Now. So it's really nice to see that with my setup, I'm getting all these pings around in the area. Now, with that being said, the one miner that is someone I actually do stay in contact with, we talk on Twitter and we talk on Discord. He sent me pictures of his setup and he's got everything going as well. And he just got it started mining, and you could see that he already is hitting successful miners just like myself. With his setup, he's got an 8 meter, or he's got 8 dBi, 8 meters in the air. I did look at his setup, and I liked it, and you just see that he started mining, and he's on track to do pretty well in the next 30 days. When you can see his best day right now is 0.63, and you can look at all of his witnesses when he just got started. Oh yeah, okay, so there's definitely stuff down here. It's just they haven't populated yet. Versus, let's take a look at someone that probably doesn't watch the channel. There's 2 there, so that's dumb. That doesn't really watch the channel, and to see how okay, so we're just going to look at the miners that started when I started helium mining. And this one's been relayed pretty much since day 1. Oh, it looks like as I zoom in. Oh, that's cool. Even more. As we zoom into these ones that have been mining since the day I started mining, they've both been relayed. They have their 4 dBi, 2 meters, which just tells me it's in their house. They literally just bought their miners, set it, forget it. And they have been sitting at 0.7. Let's see what's in there. Well, they have a lot more helium in their account than I did, but they haven't really been mining in the past 30 days with their 2 miners. They're at 3.63, unless they have another one out somewhere. Do you have another one? Oh, you do have another one somewhere. You've got one in Kissimmee, so that's where your Big Mac Daddy is. So why aren't you... This is what I do on stream. This one looks like you set up a little... Okay, so this is the one that's pretty much getting all their stuff, but their transmit scale's crap there. And it looks like you've got the Bobcat issues like I did. But you can see the difference between someone that watches the channel. Oh my God, my network is just exploding. Now that you can see all the hexes, that's awesome. So we're just going to, as these miners all start coming online, we're just going to start seeing more and more and more and more and more. More helium. Maybe they've been behind me the whole time. But you can just see, okay, so this one's like just loaded. But you could see the difference in... Oh, that says it's offline at the moment. They're probably offline. That's why they're not pinging right. But you can see the difference in when I first started helium mining with just me being up here, and we only made like 2 helium in like the 30-day time frame, versus the network growing around us. So if you're in a situation like me when you first started and you didn't have a lot of, you're the only one, don't worry. As helium gets more awareness and exposure, there's going to be more miners, and as more miners are getting shipped out, they're going to be able to be put up around you, and you're going to have better rewards. Now, people will say that the more miners are out there, the less rewards we're going to get, because that's very true, where the rewards are allocated at the beginning of the month or the period and distributed out to the miners. But more witnesses and beacons and stuff you hit, the bigger piece of that pie you're going to get. On top of that, when POVC 11 comes out, they're going to eliminate all the spoofers and all the hackers and stuff, and those big reward pies are then going to get distributed out to the helium network to people that are legitimate, and our stuff is going to grow even more. So very, very, very exciting times. That's just a kind of an update on where I'm at with helium at the moment, and it's something that I've been incredibly excited and happy to have been doing. I feel it's very well worth it, and it's paying itself off. And that's just kind of a nice little update on my journey. Anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. There's not going to be any copper footage in today's video. He and I went to the vet yesterday. He started having some severe panting and gagging issues, and my wife and I were a little concerned because he is a little bit older. Fortunately, he only has bronchitis, and there wasn't any heart failure or anything like that, so we have some steroids and some medication and antibiotics for him to get better. But unfortunately, we found a growth on his spleen, which we're going to monitor to make sure it's not a malignant tumor, and we have to pursue more extreme options. So he has been stressed. He does not like the vet. He had x-rays and shots and blood work and fecal tests and all that stuff yesterday. So we're just letting him rest and be an old, grumpy curmudgeon beagle. But keep him in your thoughts and prayers for me. I'd appreciate it because I love that little asshole. But anywho, that's going to do it for me today. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to me on Telegram, Twitter, or Discord. Link for all that in the description below. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. Definitely like this video as it helps everything. I'm O'Prius, and we'll see you guys next time.